It's not worth the bother of killing yourself, since you're doing it too late anyway. When the last illiterate will disappear, mankind will disappear. The bitterness of existence dissipates at the idea that it's in our own power to stop it, that we hide within ourselves the freedom of our own absence. When you're trying to convert someone, you don't do it to save him, but to make him suffer the same way as you do. To suffer means being active without doing anything. Accurately, you cannot ask yourself what life is, but what is not. Anyone can achieve salvation in his sleep. Everyone's a genius when he sleeps. There's no difference between the dreams of a shepherd and the dreams of a poet. A book needs to deepen your wounds, or even create them in the first place. A book must be a danger. Building a family? I'd rather build an empire. Aging is just the punishment for existing. Any utopia close to its fulfillment looks like a cynical dream. The difference between man and the animal is that the animal can only be an animal, but humans can be inhuman. They can be something other than themselves. The fact that I exist proves that the world doesn't make any sense. If I ever go mad, I would like to have that kind of madness just to laugh without control. We are not running forward towards our death, but running away from the catastrophe of our own birth. Being alive. I'm suddenly struck by the weirdness of such a claim, as if it applies to nobody. Feeling of being late or early by 10,000 years compared to the others, longing only to the beginnings or the ends of mankind. When you're absolutely convinced that everything is an illusion, you don't have to bother proving it. Sometimes you wish you were a cannibal, not because you want to eat certain individuals, but because you want to vomit them. Everything alive in our folklore came before Christianity, and that's true with any one of us as well. By being born, we lost the same amount that we will lose by being dead. My views on the future are so clear that if I had children, I would kill them in an instant. God exists, even though he doesn't. Nothing deserves to be destroyed because nothing deserves to be created. If I never trusted Freud, it's solely my father's fault. He was always telling my mother his night dreams, thus ruining my mornings. Religions, like all ideologies that inherited their vices, are only crusades against laughter. Whatever dies has never existed. We should only speak about our sensations and our visions, never about ideas, because they are never truly ours. Existence would be justifiable if only everyone acted as if they were the last human alive. Whatever I know destroys whatever I wish. It's utterly impossible to love God in a different way other than by hating Him. If life was real, who could endure it? As a dream, it is a mixture of delight and terror, which we abandon ourselves to. The spirit is nature's nightmare. I'm thinking about men and see only shadows. I'm thinking about shadows and see only me. Objection against science. The world is not worth knowing. Whenever we're afraid, we are the victims of our own future. Insomnia is the only heroic act compatible with the bed. Does the sun shine to keep us warm? Does the night exist in order for us to dream? Does the sea exist so we can navigate through it? Since the world has had meaning, it lost its primal existence. Writing is a postponed aggression. I only write to avoid acting my vengeance. For hundreds of years, humanity has looked at the heavens through a cannon hole. Whoever hasn't died young deserves to die. This is actually the conclusion of his book, The Evil Demiurge. We are all living on the bottom of a hell where each second is a miracle. A civilization is destroyed only when its gods are destroyed. Thus, Christianity, unable to attack the empire itself, attacked its religion. Why should we rebel against the symmetry of this world, since chaos itself is just a system of disorders? After spending enough time contemplating the idea of your own nothingness, you can't help but see yourself as God. Bach, Shakespeare, Beethoven, Dostoevsky, and Nietzsche are the only argument against monotheism. I cannot understand how one could possibly believe in God, although I am daily thinking about Him. Any thought bores me to death if it doesn't contain at least a slight sign of brutality. You cannot live without the gods, nor with them. I wish I wrote a rehabilitation of all heresies. Only nothingness and illusion are real. I wish I was the contemporary of nobody. We truly love a friend only when he dies. The fools build the world, and the wise destroy it.